What's poppin', guys? Back again with another video. It's your boy, Multiple Voice Guy. First thing I'm gonna say is this is gonna be the last video where I'm in my room because I'm gonna be going out in the game room again. Cause yep, you guessed it, my cousins are coming over. Cause Thanksgiving and all. Cause Thanksgiving is upon us. And, well, first up, I hope you guys are going to have a good Thanksgiving. Maybe you're going to go see your family. Maybe your family's going to go see you. You're going to eat a lot of delicious food, and you're just going to have a fun time. Well, anyway, basically, oh yeah, be sure to comment down below what you're thankful for. But anyway, on to today's topic. First up, welcome back to another episode of Fight Wars Unlimited. This is episode 10, isn't it? Yeah, episode 10, where, the show where I pin two fictional characters against each other and see who I think would outright win. Last, episode, be sure to check out my previous episode, which was, the Joker versus Green Goblin. And how about we get in today's episode, where today I'm going to be pinning Harvey Dent, aka Two-Face, against Dmitry Savinoff, aka the Chameleon. Now, which one of these two foes of the Dark Knight and Webhead are going to come out on top? Let's find out. As always, first up we go over their origins, their weapons and abilities, and find out who who I'd outright win. So how about first up we start with Two-Face. Harvey Dent was just your average district attorney. He was and tried to protect the streets of Gotham City, but besides Batman, he ran for a district attorney and trying to basically stop the crime. But little did people know that Harvey hid a secret side known as Big Bad Harv, aka his angry side. One day he got bullied on a lie as a kid, and one day he punched the bully, and he let his anger get the better of him, and he punched the bully, and he was proud of himself until he found out that the boy ended up going to the hospital, and so he vowed since that day never to show his anger again. But him keeping his anger inside developed the other personality, Big Bad Harv, and until oh my god, I'm getting spit everywhere. Ugh. But basically, he tried to keep it underneath until one day he went to this other one where the mob boss Rupert Thong decided that using Harvey's angry personality against him, and so he tried to get the file, but of course, and even Batman interfered, and to where Batman actually bumped a guy and he shot it, and some wire electrics went into a vat of chemicals and blasted right into Harvey's face. Well, half of his face. And then, after he left the hospital, he was no longer Harvey Dent or Big Bad Harv. He was somebody completely new. He was Two-Face. Basically, Two-Face as the criminal. He robbed banks and, of course, did all sorts of other stuff. And of course, he is willing to kill someone if the coin says so. Yeah, how he makes his decisions? With the flip of a coin. If it lands on heads, you die. If it lands on tails, you probably live. And of course, this is how he always makes his decisions, and he's also really good with guns. We've seen him use pistols, and of course SMGs. And yeah. So that's pretty much Two-Face. Now, Chameleon is kind of hard, but I'll try his best, mostly because he's changed in every version he's in, kind of like the Joker, except I'll try my best to explain the Chameleon. He's a mysterious character, and basically, oh good lord, I don't even know where to start with Chameleon. And also the fact that in the animated series he uses the belt, and that's how he changes, and that's what he's going to be using in this fight, except I'm going to use this model, because this model of him looks awesome. Basically, he is the half-brother of Kraven the Hunter, and yeah, first up that he is the half-brother of Kraven the Hunter, and the main arch-enemy of Spider-Man. And of course, since his origin is mysterious, we don't exactly know what happened, besides the fact that he's the half-brother of Kraven the Hunter. There's been a few times he's worked with Kingpin to destroy the Wall Crawler. And thanks to him being a master of disguise, and thanks to his little belt that he can turn into anybody, and also gain their abilities, he's used this tactic to frame Spider-Man on multiple occasions. But of course, and in some other versions, he's just a dude that plays dress up, pretty much. But basically, Chameleon is really smart and really intelligent, and he knows how to get into people's minds, and in some versions, he knows how to imitate their voices perfectly. Or, since I'm using the version where he has the belt, he can already do that. And so yeah, we never know who truly the Chameleon is, but basically, if you see somebody and that you know and they're not acting right, there's a pretty good chance that it's the Chameleon. Spider-Man must be quite confused right about now. Yeah, basically, the best thing that Chameleon is probably known for is just being a goon of like higher criminals like Tombstone or Kingpin. But man, is he smart. And that's pretty much all I have to say about Chameleon. Yeah, I know. I talked more about Two-Face than Chameleon. But now, who would Override win? First off, the fact that they're very smart, and of course they're very quick and all that stuff. And you know what? How about we just play out the fight? Okay, let's say the fight starts like this. Two-Face is standing on a building on a rooftop and just looking at the city. And then basically the Chameleon appears. And take one look at Two-Face and be like, "Who are you?" And Two-Face just turns around. "The name's Two-Face. Who's asking?" "That would be me." So, you want to form an alliance? And of course he looks at the coin. "We form an alliance, or I kill you." And of course he flips the coin, and then he takes a look at it. "Guess today's not your lucky day." And then he pulls out the gun, and the fight begins. So basically, he starts fire, and before Two-Face can even get a shot, Chameleon just smacks the gun right out of his hand, and of course it turns into a fist fight. And of course, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure Chameleon got injected by the same stuff Captain America did, so he's kind of like a super soldier. And of course, they basically get to a full-on fist fight. And of course, him throwing all these fancy little moves. And of course, yeah, and then he just kicks Chameleon to the side, and where Chameleon uses his belt to transform in the form of Spider-Man. And of course, him in the form of Spider-Man just starts swinging around. And of course, Two-Face grabs both of his guns and starts firing. But of course, he's just dodging them. And of course, he uses his webs to yank the guns right out of Harvey's hands. And basically just goes on to basically hit Harvey and basically just beat the living crap out of him. Until Harvey just shoots Chameleon right in the leg. And of course, he grabs his leg and forcing him to change back into his original form. And the fight just keeps continuing until Chameleon basically decides to tackle Harvey off the building, where they keep fighting until basically they land on a car. And then, I'm sorry, I had a little bit of a brain fart there. As Chameleon's trying to get up, Two-Face just shoots him in the arm. And of course, he points the gun. "You know, I could end you right here, but let's see what the coin thinks." And of course, "So, tell me, coin, Should I spare him or kill him? And I feel like since Harvey's distracted, basically Dimitri, Chameleon was able to see one of Harvey's guns and basically picks it up. And as Harvey flips the coin in the air, Chameleon just shoots the coin. No, my coin! I can't make the decision without my coin. And then once Two-Face looks back, Chameleon just shoots him point blank right in the head, basically taking Two-Face's life and the win. That's right, the winner is the Chameleon. Now, before I get into the reason why he won, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and please help me reach 50 subscribers. And of course, be sure to check out my previous episode, Joker vs. the Green Goblin. But other than that, let's get into why this won. Now, I think there's a pretty clear reason for why Harvey won. And of course, I had to do some thinking about this because I started being biased again. I was gonna have Two-Face win. But basically, I had to really think about it, and basically, Two-Face cannot make a decision without his coin. And knowing how smart the Chameleon is, he would immediately recognize it, and basically, he would immediately see it, and basically find a way to get rid of the coin, so Two-Face would be pretty much useless. And since the Chameleon is more sneaky than Two-Face, mostly because, him being a master of disguise and all that stuff, Two-Face wouldn't best the Chameleon even on his worst day. And Chameleon just proved too much of a challenge for him, mostly because his coin was gone, and of course he can't make a decision without his coin. And so I think it's pretty confirmed, and I think it's safe to say that, yeah, and so that's why our winner is the Chameleon. Alright, now, I hope you guys enjoyed, and of course, be sure to check out my previous episode, which was the Joker versus the Green Goblin, and be sure to check out my next episode, which is going to be the leader of the Cenobites, Pinhead, against I'm trying to think. Okay, so basically be sure to tune in for my next battle, which is going to be the leader of the Cenobites, Pinhead versus you better not say his name 5 times in the mirror, because that's Candyman. Oh, I can't wait for that matchup. But until then, I'm Multiple Voice Guy, and I hope you guys enjoyed.